radiation moving across the ocean, in the air and through the waters from Japan. What is your take on that?
Sure. So I'd like to take this time to remind people, I'm an everyday folk. I'm not a scientist. My dad was the fisherman for our family. So what I know is I've had to do a lot of research on this. And when Fukushima first happened, there was I don't know if you guys saw, there were all kinds of postings that created a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and our business certainly took a hit. But when you're in the business of helping share good, solid information, I have no investment in Moreno to try and sell you radiated fish just to try and make a sale. I'm a small business, and it's my face that you see when you buy stuff from us, or it's someone from my family. So we have a vested interest in being honest and upfront. Here's what I know. I can't explain the scientific details, but I've found a few different documents, and I believe the links will be coming up in the message board a little bit. But essentially, the Living Ocean Society and the Canadian Albacore Tuna website, both of those put up documents. I read through a lot of different pieces of information in my research, and you've got to focus on credibility, not only scientific proof. And so these are two articles that actually quote reports that have happened. Radiation is so far below by 20,000 times, 20,000 times what would be acceptable radiation in our water. What I've heard is that there are some bits of radiation that we experience around us, but the government, with its regular testing, stays on top of that. And so that to me was a huge relief to finally have documents that I could forward to people. So whether someone here on the show can interpret all of the data, these were documents that I know as a consumer I could feel more confident about. So, and that's been
done.
Oh yeah.
I think that will give people who want more information a place to go to, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Living Oceans is an environmental organization. So the reports that got done, not only were they people that fundraised money to do grassroots initiatives for testing, but there are scientists, there are environmental groups that all did their testing, as well as the Canadian government for the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. So there's a lot of good information out there. We're good. That being the case, me as a consumer, I can hear all this information. If Fukushima is still leaking, in my head, I still go, what do we do with that? And here's what I can encourage people with. Before Fukushima and continuing through and after, all seafood that gets caught in BC and is destined for Canadian consumption has to, by law, be tested on regular random sampling. You have scientists that are on boats seeing the fish coming in, tracking their sizes, tracking their development. They're doing scientific testing on the fish to see where they stand. So there's a lot of good infrastructure systems in place to protect our West Coast healthy product. Doesn't mean there's not pockets of some fish where, for any number of reasons, for example, recently people are talking about the LNG up north affecting the sockeye run, and then the US is concerned that their sockeye runs are going to be infected with the opening of this. And so people are really concerned about that. But the good thing is that there is a lot of testing going on.
That's good to know.